Now, there are two ways you can do that. Either you can do a Boolean indexing that we have been doing in this series until now, or let's try to use the. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This channel, Everyday Science, is all about trying to learn various concepts of science by practicing a lot of questions. This video is in continuation of the series where we are trying to learn Python by solving interview questions from top tech companies like Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, and Google. If you're preparing for any of these roles, this is a great series to follow and build your concepts. So yeah, let's jump right in. In this video, we are going to solve this question on start at scratch regarding companies with Chinese speakers. This question has been asked in Google interviews and it's a great question if you're preparing for data engineer, data scientist, BI analyst, data analyst, or ML engineer roles. Okay. The question reads, find the companies that have at least two Chinese speaking users. We are given a data frame called playbook users and our expected output is a pandas data frame with one column, the company ID of the companies that have at least two Chinese speaking users. Okay. Let's inquire about this data frame called playbook users, which has 6 different columns. So you have user ID, created at, company ID, language, activated at, and state. Now, what we need to do is the first thing should be we should keep only those rows where language equal to Chinese, because we need to make sure that only those companies are in our output who have at least two Chinese speakers. Okay, now there are two ways you can do that. Either you can do a Boolean indexing that we have been doing in this series until now, or let's try to use the dot query method that we learned about earlier in the series. So what we can do is we can say, okay, dot query and then language. So in double inverted commas, so language is equal to Chinese. So we write this and let's see what do we get in our output. So now if you look at it, there are all the rows that have language is equal to Chinese. Now, once we have this, then what we can do is we need to find which all companies have at least two Chinese speaking users. So that means we need to group by the company ID and count how many users are speaking Chinese. So what we can do is we can do group by the company ID column and then use the dot aggregate method, and let's name the column as number of Chinese speakers. So number, and then take the user ID column and perform a count, which is going to give you the number of Chinese speaking users for every particular company ID. And since we grouped by the company ID, to have that as a column, we should reset the index. Let me go ahead and run this now. Let's see what do we get in our output. So you have various company IDs and the number of Chinese speaking users. So just by looking at it, there is only one company that has at least two Chinese speaking users. That is company ID 4. Now again, if you look at it, we need to perform another filter that, hey, wherever your number is greater than equal to 1, keep only those rows. So you can do another dot query. So dot query and number should be greater than 1. Let me go ahead and run this again. So now if you look at it, you are left with only one row. In our output, we only need one column and it is a pandas data frame. Yes, it looks weird that here it says 0 as the column name and in the output it is expected a pandas data frame. We can just keep the company ID column and I think it should work. So let us keep only the company ID column. And let me go ahead and run this. Let's see what do we get in our output. So if you look at it, we have the company ID of all the companies who have at least two Chinese speaking users. Let me go ahead and submit this to pass all the test cases. So everything is green and this is how we do it. So not a difficult question. What we basically did was, firstly we used the dot query method to make a filter that only keep those rows where language equal to Chinese. Then we grouped by the company ID and counted how many Chinese speaking users are there in every particular company. Then what we did was we reset the index so that we can look at the company ID because we need that in the output. Then we performed another dot query to filter that only keep those rows where the number of Chinese speaking users is greater than 1. So yeah, this is how we do it. Let me know if there's a better way or more efficient way to solve this question. Let the solution be in the comment section below and I'll see you guys in the next video.